Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 10th of September 2025. So gold spikes to record high on Bureau of Labour Statistics BS. Goldman says easy money has been made amid the Bureau for Labour Statistics baffling with BS banality. The last 100 sessions in US equity markets are almost without precedent, i.e. moving to the upside on absolutely nothing. Except fresh air and BS. Worst revision in history. The Bureau for Labour Statistics had missed a record of 911,000 fewer jobs were added under Biden. The data now shows that the US added about 911,000 fewer jobs than initially reported over the 12 months that ended in March. This was the biggest negative revision in history, and it's only going to get worse as well. So now the cat's out of the bag. They've not only manipulated the metals markets for the last 40 plus or 50 years, but also the data. And we know this. Anybody with a brain cell on active duty will know that the manipulation of the data is a piece of cake to do. As the old expression, lies, damn lies, and statistics. You can make them look whatever you want them to look. I remember a few years ago doing an investigation into the UK's so-called basket of items for calculating the CPI numbers here, and one of those was disposable cameras. And when every mobile device has a camera on it, who's going to be buying disposable cameras? The only thing I can think of there is wedding events, where normally you would see these sort of placed on the table. But outside of that, and the other one was lip gloss, which of course is only relevant to 50% of the population. Well, not these days, of course, not unless you have a proclivity to such things. But again, it's easy to massage the data, isn't it, and the numbers very, very easily. Right, let's have a look at what we've got out today. We've got core PPI. That's due out at 1:30 p.m. and also PPI, core PPI, so an inflationary number today as well. Right, let's have a look at this market moving higher on the so-called BS numbers and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow yesterday, we saw the market moving higher. We don't get a new all-time high. We're just 3 points short of the all-time high yesterday. But look, as I mentioned yesterday, we're set to take this out. You can see the massive ascending triangle pattern there, so it's just a matter of time. 30-minute chart was a bit volatile to begin with the release of these numbers, but then the market settled, and overnight we're above the DP and the close. It's now out of the way, so we can continue to move higher. So going back to the daily chart, we are looking to attack that 45771 area, and it's quite possible that will happen today with those PPI numbers. Right, let's have a look at the DAX. The DAX is really struggling at the moment, but then France is falling apart, and you can see they're stuck in a sideways range, very choppy at the moment in the German DAX. We kicked off to the upside yesterday. We got us through the high of Monday, and then it was down. She came all the way down to the low. So this market traded the full range of the previous day's high and low there. Found resistance at the high, found buying and massive buying at the low there as well, to bring the market all the way back during yesterday's trading session there. And in the S&P 500, this too managing to move high, but not breaking the all-time high. It wasn't far off. But again, you got that triangle shape. It's going to break to the upside unless there's a geopolitical event that comes along and stops the party. But otherwise, we go through this and continue to move higher. Again, we've got that shakeout. We've got the volume to match it, and then we see prices following, moving to the high of Monday, where they're currently. This is the high of yesterday. This is the overnight prices in the 30-minute chart. So yeah, we're sitting at the high of yesterday. We haven't taken out the all-time high, have we, overnight? Let's just have a look. 6532, 6532 and a half. 6532.7 is the high. So 6532.9, so that's a new all-time high, isn't it? Yep. So yeah, the S&P has just made a new all-time high, but it's not happy about it. It's already starting to move back a touch there. Meanwhile, in the UK, the recent selling has been forgotten, and despite all of the chaos in the government, the market is making its way back to the upside. 30-minute chart, it started yesterday with the shakeout. It's been a choppy move up, to say the least, but has managed to achieve this thus far. It needs to take out yesterday's high in order to move higher. Let's have a look at the US dollar. And the US dollar managing to find support yesterday with those Bureau Labor Statistic numbers. Goodness knows why, but it did. But overnight, things are starting to change a bit with the US dollar turning around and moving south a bit. A hard day for the metals yesterday, so let's have a look at those. Starting off with silver, that was selling around yesterday, an inside bar. I thought it was going to come under a lot more pressure once those numbers were revealed. If you have a look at the 30-minute chart, you can see there they gave the market a right good kick in, or tried to, and then overnight the market has come off the lows and trying to move higher there as well. The manipulation continues in this market. I'm going to add in another video that I've been listening to while setting up to record this morning. Let me just show you the video, and then it's well worth a listen, because it talks and speaks of the manipulation in this market for the last 40 plus years and what is likely to happen. So this is the video, and I will post a link, but there you go. It's let me just move this over so you can see the full title. So we've got silver market could take down financial system. Talks about the manipulation, how they managed to pull this off for the last goodness knows how many years, and why it is coming to an end. And actually, to be honest with you, yesterday's price action, if this had been outside of this so-called end of this cycle of manipulation, you would have seen a bigger slam than this. I don't like to see the slams, but then I'm so used to seeing the slams for the last 20-30 years that there's no surprise that they're trying to do it. But also in this video, Ed Steer speaks of how the open interest by the banks on the short side has halved in the last month as well. So it looks like there is a sea change coming in the silver market. It's a case of that they don't want to be short if the lid comes off prices in the silver market. But gold, on the other hand, is managing to make great strides with the geopolitical uncertainty. Yesterday we see another all-time high at 3674, but that was until they used the BLS numbers to bring the price down, which you can see there. But overnight prices have found support at the low and now moving back to the upside there as well. So it's just a matter of time. But let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio, because it's a weird picture at the moment, but not unsurprising. So here we go again. We've got the gold-silver ratio moving to the upside. We go from this low here of 85.42 to 88.87, so it's vertical, and that's because again they're still manipulating the price of silver, keeping the lid on it and not allowing it to move out of that sideways move that it's currently in. If we just go back and have a look at the daily chart, you'll see what I mean there. The market is holding. It has been making rising lows on the odd occasion, but it's under immense pressure here. But if we can clear through the high of 41.64 and get to 42, then it's a straight run up to the all-time high of $50 per ounce. Right, so let's have a quick look at yesterday's 2-minute DAX. So yesterday morning in the pre-market session, prices were moved lower down to the S1, and then let's move along to the opening of the cash market. You can see they soon brought the market back when they dropped it this low. You can see them buying back in at these levels, and prices then moving to the upside to the DP and the 200 MA. We jump above this, so if you can't get through it, it's like a brick wall. If you can't push through it, then you jump over it, and that's what we saw yesterday morning with the market moving up. And then we had a potential short there. Unfortunately, the market reversed off this and traded up to the high, but then as you saw in the daily chart earlier, once we got through the high, we then made our way back all the way down, as you can see there, all the way down to the low, and once we hit the low, we then see the market stop and reverse off the low and move back to the upside there. So the full range was done yesterday. Let's go over to the US in the afternoon. Another frustrating afternoon. See the market there at the low, the Dow futures moving lower, and then you get this massive spike in volume there as prices then move off the low, as can be seen there. Quick trade to the upside, and then we start to move, but this time this one fails as they want to go and retest the low. So they retest the low, and then they're free to move to the upside, which is unfortunate because we had another short in between there, which was also taken out. But the good news is this long continues all the way through and moves back up to the S1 and just slightly beyond there before prices then start to come back to the S1. Where we are overnight is prices are moving back to the upside at the moment. We're above the close. We've had that run down already, as can be seen there. We've got an 89% retracement and now moving to the upside, and we've also got an uptick in the volume there as well. Right, that will do it for this one. A lot packed into this one, a lot going on at the moment as well. So let's see what happens in the metals today, and whether the Dow, the S&P can also break those. Well, actually the S&P has broken the all-time high, hasn't it, by 2 points, or 0.2. So yeah, let's see what happens today. Right, that's it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.